to All Saints Catholic School e-learning. The big idea we will be looking at today is specifications, and this is for design and technology at A level. By the end of this video, you will have an understanding of what a specification is. What is a specification? Firstly, let's explore the etymology of our big idea, which is specification. So specification is the act of specifying. A specification refers to a set of documented requirements to be satisfied by a material, design, product, or service. So for us, this will be in relation to the product that you are designing for your project. This might be a project that you are doing in lesson, or this might refer to your controlled assessment, which if you are in year 13, this will be your NEA. A specification is often a type of technical standard. So these are basically like a set of rules that your product designs must adhere to. There are different types of technical or engineering specifications, and the term is used differently in different technical contexts. It is a detailed set of requirements, so like we said, a set of rules that a design must meet. Big idea. Specification. So let's look a little bit further at the specification. Why do we use specifications within the design process? Because remember, we don't just use specifications within controlled assessments, but we also use them in the real world. A design specification is a detailed set of requirements that a design must meet. The design specification is determined by the outcomes of previous research. So before you start typing up your specification, you should have performed a certain amount of research. This would be primary research as well as secondary research. In the commercial world, it is a set of requirements agreed by both the client and the designer. The design should therefore aim to meet most, if not all, of the specification points. Where does the specification appear within the NEA mark scheme? There is a section within your controlled assessment that is titled Design Brief and Specification. By this point, you should have already written your design brief. This is worth 10 marks of your overall mark. The specification is referred to, though, in all sections of your mark scheme. So for you to be able to get into the upper mark bracket within all areas, you should ensure that your specification is written in detail, addresses all areas, and is justified at all points, constantly referring back to your client as well as your research. So how should you structure a specification point when you're writing this up? You can use the sentence that I have on your screen currently, which says my insert product name must insert point that it must meet because insert link to research or client information. So as an example, you might say my pencil holder must be made out of wood because wood is a durable material. This wouldn't be detailed enough for a A-level specification point. Can you think why? Write down what you think would be a detailed enough specification point for it to meet at A level. Why are specifications important? A design specification includes specific measurable criteria that is constantly referred to throughout the design process. We say measurable criteria because you must make sure that anything that you are saying within your specification you are able to test when it comes to you evaluating. So for example, if you were to write a specification point that says my product must be big, this isn't a measurable criteria point. You wouldn't be able to test this. You need to ensure that anything that you are saying within your specification is specific. We're also saying that it needs to constantly be referred to throughout the design process because, as we said before, in the mark scheme, the specification comes up in the majority of the different sections. You need to be constantly referring back to your specification within your annotations and within your evaluations. Design ideas through to the final prototype can then be judged and compared against this criteria. This will come within your testing and evaluation section, as well as all of the evaluations that you are making throughout the controlled assessment. It allows objective decisions to be made about design details and procedure to a final manufactured product. Great work. You now have a secure understanding of what a specification is and why it is important to have them in the design process. Now search for the Working It Out video to help you understand this big idea and how it links to your studies.